Welcome to the History Masterminds. Today we're going to discuss the cause and effects of the British during the 17 to 1800s. Now, we first start off where the British decide that they want more land, but the French argue that they want more land too, and then also in the middle of this become the natives. As a result, we have the 7-Year War, also known as the French and Indian War, which results to a lot of fighting, but the biggest effect is that the British then take control of the 13 colonies and most of the land. The French receive almost no land. As a result, the British used a lot of money to pay for soldiers and supplies. This affected them by putting them in severe debt, and the British needed money ASAP. The British then started to tax, with new acts being in place, such as the Stamp Act, Sugar Act, Tolerance Act, and many others, in order to regain money from the war. These are just some examples. There are still many out there. Some of these are really insane. The British were in debt and really needed that money, so they in place something called the Stamp Act in 1765. The Stamp Act was taxing all legal documents that were filed, playing cards, calendars, plain paper, dice. This ended up with an effect where the colonists hated it and started protesting, forming boycotts, and completely went against this idea. They soon developed the thought of maybe doing other acts. Maybe the colonists will agree. The Stamp Act only lasted a year, but there are other acts that lasted longer and were harsher. The British didn't really think much about the colonists. They just needed that money. They almost used them like a cow for milk. As we proceeded on, the British then continued to tax. Colonists become overwhelmed because the British started to put limitations on many things, such as the Proclamation Line, where no one in the 13 colonies would be able to step over on native property, which the colonists negatively respond to that due to the fact where a lot of people lived outside of that proclamation line. And the British kept influencing this, but I believe the important part to see in this part is that what we see from back then, where the British were in severe debt and they started taxing, doing ridiculous stuff, I believe is going to replay now. I've already heard on the news where they want to start taxing soda. Consider that even like the Soda Act of 2013. It's just an issue that I believe you can almost see that history is replaying itself. Except we're not the British, we're the Americans. It is highly likely that this could happen in the near future as a desperate act for money. If that will happen, no one knows. But from history, we know that that is a likable cause. Thanks for listening.